Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. G and this is USA according to Americans by channel RTOX. Now, I've seen videos about what do American things about Europe, what do American things about Africa, and things like that from this channel, I think, which is like interesting to me. Now, obviously, people will say, "Oh, look at those idiots and this and that," right? People would basically have take like that. I don't think like that. I always try to analyze things, right? I try to see psychology behind it and all that. The only thing I can come to conclusion about these videos is that obviously America being number one, right? It's like number one country in the world, but whether you like it or not, it is, right? People overcome on it's not number one, like what you talk about, in which criteria it's not. So it's number one country in the world, right? So why would they care about anyone else, right? I mean, at the like basic level, right? You're in school, you're in college, right? So that's the one thing I've noticed about that. Like people even ask, does Africa have countries? I don't know if they think Africa is one country or what, or do they even know it's a continent? The more scary thing is they know it's a continent, but they don't know if that continent has any countries or not, which is like okay. So that's what I think. Like I've even seen people like, well, you don't need school, you don't need college, which is like surprising to me, right? Because well, how does that work? Like what you gonna do? I get it. Like, people like you don't need school or college to do anything, but yeah, okay. How many of you are gonna be entrepreneurs at that level? Like what you gonna do? Start your own country without any education, or you can just read books or whatever, learn. You're not gonna do that if you're not doing it in school and college, right? So 99% you do need school and college, right? Otherwise you'll just have some basic job, right? You'll barely be able to make ends meet or something. That's just scary. So in any other country like India and things like I can't even imagine somebody saying that you don't need school or college. Of course you do. Okay, you have problems in your school and college, you have problems in your politics with the education loan or something, but that's a different thing. That doesn't mean education is the problem, right? You have to fix that rather than just ditch college and school altogether. So I don't know, but things like that does manifest in things like this. But one thing I want to know about this, like USA according to Americans. So Americans, I'm guessing US people from USA, not just like continent thing. So I'm guessing they ask about the country USA basically. So would they know their own states, or even in here they're gonna fuck up? Because that before things didn't piss me off, but this would piss me off. Like how the fuck you don't know your own country? I get it. Like they basically ask 100 people and only show 10, but even 10 is like a big fucking number. So some of the answers is just like pissing me. Like some of the answer that you should know. So I hope that they get most of these things right, and only hard things they don't. Otherwise, I don't know what to think. So let's watch it. I love this Stranger Things music.
What are the two countries that border the U.S., that physically border the U.S.?
Canada, Mexico. Come on,
Like, on a
man.
map.
Get it right. Get it right.
Yeah, I know that one. Venezuela.
This guy drops the music at just that point when you're just feeling like some anger is rising up. Okay, this thing I think I can let go of. I don't know why. There are too many people in the news media, especially people like Fox News and shit, talks about Venezuela a lot because it's like a champion country if you want to talk about failure of social system or whatever, right? So not talk about like you want this, you want to become like Venezuela. They constantly bring up Venezuela. So if you hear Venezuela too much, you're gonna think like it must be bordering US. Otherwise, why would they talk about it? Fine. How the fuck you don't know Mexico? This is the one thing like crossing the border, crossing the border. Like there was like whole Donald Trump's thing. And how do you not know Mexico? In Canada just like brother of US. That's how people treat it. Just walk into Canada. They should know Canada as well. It's not a hard thing to get right, man.
Texas.
Oh my god.
What state
It's
is
your
right
state,
under North
man.
Dakota?
It's
Canada?
in the name. Oh my god. It says North. There's so much.
Yes, you just guessed?
Bombs are killing
That's
me.
actually insane that you got that right.
It's South, man. South Dakota.
Do you know what's the difference between Mexico and New Mexico?
This is understandable.
Nah,
Are they the same thing?
maybe, I don't know. I think.
Yes.
He said our thing, so you can, yeah. You can get pissed off at him because he said our thing. Now, this is understandable because if you don't know anything about any of this, like you would basically think this, right? Uh, Even I didn't know it for a long time. It says New Mexico, but some of the parts of your southern eastern type of places were part of Mexico before, way before, right? So New Mexico is basically part of it, right? I'm pretty sure it was also part of, like, in Breaking Bad, that is the city New Mexico. So it makes sense because it's in the name, right? So Mexico City is in Mexico, New Mexico is not. It's like Albuquerque and things like that. Obviously even with Breaking Bad you would know that, right? So yeah, this is one thing, it's understandable, I think.
states that start with the letter P?
That's not easy. Oh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Do you know what state Missouri is in?
I don't know.
Missouri, Illinois, Missouri. I don't know. What is? I don't know.
Oh, Missouri probably gives me like Texas vibes.
Illinois. I don't know.
Yes. You know what the capital is?
Oh, come on, DC. You should know that.
United States.
Harrisburg.
Come on, how do you not know DC?
Ohio.
Ohio is
country
the
is
state. Is
Hawaii
also
in?
good.
Hawaii.
They just say Ohio is the capital. Come on, man. How do you not know Washington DC is like? You start a TV channel at any time? I don't get this. Like, how do you not know that? Things like this make me think like, okay, is it really picking choosing here? Because how do you not know that? Whenever you open your TV, they talk about Washington DC.
It's its own country. No, it's not its own country. It's not a country.
What country is it in?
South America?
Okay, it's an island, but okay.
California, North and South Carolina.
What was
Like the
question
language, the
there?
people who live in Idaho, what do they speak?
Oh my god. Japan is not a language, say Japanese, but why Idaho? Guessing she didn't know what Idaho is, just like felt like a Japanese name, so she just thought it's part of Japan, not in America. I don't know, man. At this point, I don't know.
What state is Utah in?
Michigan.
Yes.
Okay, that was like
How many states make
it can count as a trick question, so I guess okay, makes sense.
up the United States of America?
I don't know. 16.
Oh, states, isn't it 50, right? Is it 50 or no? It's 50, right? If you add 51, the stars align or something, like you have to add another star in the flag. The flag would be looking like better in that way, but it's like a round type star system, right? If you make it 51, but right now it's 50 if I remember correctly. Yeah, or is it 49, 50, right? 50 states. Even heard it, 50 states. Yeah, it's a 50. That's it.
Like what's on top of us and what's below us?
What is above us?
Stupid question.
Is it Europe?
Okay, that's a stupid. What is above us is air. What is below us? Ground, I guess. I don't know. Heaven and hell. Even that's like, okay. Okay, but did he mean by what is on north of us, south of us? The same question he asked. But why didn't he ask like that? Like, okay, Canada and Mexico. Okay. Okay. Would Europe, if you see it as a globe with the US, I know Europe would never even come close. If she said Alaska, I would understand, like with a globe perspective, Alaska would be on top. Right, even Russia kind of like you can go past. I don't know, man. This shit is insane. Right? In the globe, basically, I like how Alaska is basically end where Russia goes. It just goes all the way to top. It's just like, yeah. If you see from 2D to basically 2D map to literal globe 3D map, it looks completely different when it comes to Alaska and Russia, that they are joining together there. That is so good. All right, this was stupid. I'm sorry, I can't let this one go. They got way too many things completely horrendously wrong. Some of that kind of like makes sense, like okay, I would get why you don't know this, but some of the things like criminally wrong, right? Mexico, you should know that. Washington DC, you should know that. This is insane, but there you go. All right, well, there was USA according to Americans by channel RTOX. If you like my reaction, do subscribe. Check out the end card if you haven't seen the other reaction from this or something. Check out the link in the description. Yeah, I'll see you next time.